and welcome back to Mexico News Network's Breaking News, broadcasting directly from the beautiful El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. Now for information 24/7 on Mexico and the world, don't forget to follow us on social networks on Mexico News Network, and also stay logged on to our website 24/7 on www.mexiconewsnetwork.com. Let's continue with more information. Johnson Controls, Inc. announces the sales of one of its specialized segments, Global Workplace Solutions. This is to CBRE Group, Inc. The definitive agreement of sale is valued at $1.475 billion. The sale was in line with its September 2014 prediction that it will look to find buyers for its non-core businesses. The sale of Global Workplace Solutions will now give Johnson Controls Incorporated the bandwidth to invest in product businesses. Johnson controls multi-industry portfolios and has been looking at developing its growing objectives via the product businesses. The definitive agreement between the two groups will also include 10 years of strategic relationships. Considering that Johnson Controls' domination of the HVAC equipment and building automation systems, it will be a key partner to CBRE in the management of real estate and corporation facilities. This is using Global Workplace Solutions. CBRE Group, Inc. has an extensive portfolio of real estate, spanning 5 billion square feet, and Johnson Controls Incorporated services are expected to complement the former's businesses. By working with CBRE Group, Johnson Controls is expected to generate nearly $500 million as part of incremental revenue in the year with its Johnson Controls Building Efficiency business division. As chairman and CEO of Johnson Controls, Alex Molinarelli remarked the agreement with a strategic step forward. It will help build core strengths as well as create new resources. CBRE, in return, will provide the necessary integration services such as an integrated corporate real estate services. These include facilities management, project management, and transaction services. These services will now be enhanced by the advanced Global Workplace team, remarked President and CEO of CBR, Mr. Bob Sulentic. CBRE Group Incorporated and Johnson Controls Incorporated will also create a corpus of $14 million in 10 years to create an innovation lab. The facility will be the center for advanced energy management solutions, aimed at lowering the cost of energy within the working ecosystems of organizations. Now you're going to be hearing a lot about the Tidal music streaming services in the next few weeks. This is chiefly thanks to the fact that Jay-Z is the man steering the ship. He persuaded a whole load of bunch of famous friends to show their faces, or masks and motorcycle helmets in the case of 2 acts. This is at the big launch yesterday. The video of the cringy press conference is the best thing you will see online today and through the next few days. What we do know about Tidal is that it is a service originally launched by Norwegian music tech company Aspiro 6 months ago and acquired for $56 million earlier on this year by Project Panther Bitco, a company controlled by Jay-Z. Tidal was one of 2 music services from Aspiro, who also had an ad-free service called WIMP. Both Tidal and WIMP, according to The Verge report on the acquisition, angled themselves toward the more committed audiophile, offering daily track recommendations, curated playlists, interviews with artists, and audio available to stream and download in the lossless FLAC format. But beyond the presence of an imprimatur of such stars as Daft Punk, Deadmau5, Alicia Keys, Kanye West, Madonna, Nicki Minaj, Beyoncé, Jack White, Rihanna, Chris Martin of Coldplay, Usher, J. Cole, Arcade Fire, Jason Aldean, and Calvin Harris, details are largely sketchy about what exactly punters are doing to get from the service under the control of its new owners. We know from the artist statements that Tidal is an artist majority-owned company with a mission to re-establish the value of music and protect the sustainability of the music industry rooted in creativity and expression. We do not know, though, exactly how much these established successful artists are going to get from the service, even though we do know that their declaration, the Gettysburg Address of Music announcement, unless going back to Oxygen, does promise to give us music presented and heard the way the artists intended it to be, which is, of course, very nice. Now, the new Microsoft Spartan web browser will eventually be replacing Internet Explorer as the main browser once Windows 10 rolls out later on this year, and journalists were treated to their very first look at Spartan earlier on this week in exclusive previews. Spartan lives up to its internal codename, offering a spare and light experience that is as far and removed of overwrought as you can get. You only get what you need in Spartan, and settings are quite easy to adjust. As such, it is considerably faster than Internet Explorer thanks to an engine Microsoft says was built from the ground up. There are, however, some new twists to the browser that previously were not available on Internet Explorer. In terms of the overall user experience, Spartan tends to remind one of Google's Chrome's browsers, one of a few that had eventually overtaken Internet Explorer in popularity. The navigation bar, which is located on the right-hand side, disappears when users aren't operating the mouse. And while you don't get a URL preview at the lower part of the display, there's a chance that Microsoft could include that capability in future versions. Cortana support is also present for anyone who needs help with directions, even though it's not sure how else Cortana integration will play into Spartan. And another neat new feature is the ability for users to click on the pen and paper button to take virtual notes on the actual website. Those are just a handful of the new features teased on this week's Spartan previews, and there should be many more to come. But the main takeaway is that Spartan should be faster, simpler, yet more advanced than Internet Explorer, which will remain available nonetheless as a secondary browser. They may not be the most glamorous of scientific instruments, but tampons could help experts clean up polluted rivers. That's correct. Engineers believe the superabsorbent properties of tampons could be used to detect pipes that shunt sewage into streams instead of treatment plants. They found that the cotton products absorb chemicals commonly used on toilet paper, laundry detergents, and shampoos, which glow under UV light, meaning that they could shed light on previously undetectable misplumbed pathways. It is estimated that around 5% of homes in the UK have pipes that are misconnected, causing them to leak sewage. Professor David Lerner, who led the study at the University of Sheffield's Faculty of Engineering, explained, more than 1 million homes have their wastewater incorrectly connected into the surface water network, which means their sewage is being discharged into a river rather than going to a treatment plant. Now we'll be right back with more information on Mexico and the Riviera Maya after these few messages.